A very good morning, children. Today we are going to start with our lesson number 14 of SST. This is the last chapter of your social science textbook, second semester. Also, this is the last chapter of your social science subject of 8th standard. All of you will keep your textbooks open on page number 109. We will continue with this chapter. The name of this chapter is Introduction of the Continents Africa and Asia. So as the name itself suggests, we are going to learn about the two continents, Asia and Africa. Here is the map of Africa. We can see it's a physical map. It is visible. There are deserts, sea boundaries we can see. There are plateaus. Okay, in the map, if you observe, you can see the basin. Here in the center, we can see Congo Basin. There is Gulf, the left hand side. Okay, so this is the physical map of Africa, where we can see places which are higher than 1800 meters, which are higher than 900 meters, which are higher than 450 meters, 180 meters, and which are land areas. So this is the physical map of Africa. Here, according to the chapter, there was a World Tourism Fair was organized in the city of Ahmedabad. Various tourist organizations and tourism departments of the country had been sharing information about tourist destinations, important from the historical, geographical, and cultural point of view. Raju also went to see this fair with his parents and he got to know a lot about Africa. Let us also know about Africa further. Africa, the second largest continent of the world. The length and breadth of African continent is almost the same. That is, two-thirds of the continent lies in the north of equator, and which means the maximum part of the continent is in the torrid zone. We have learned different zones, isn't it? Torrid zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone. Torrid zone is the area which is near the equator. So maximum parts lies near torrid zone. So you can understand that there must be very hot temperature throughout the year there, isn't it? Because equator passes almost from the center of this continent. Now, from which continent to the do the three major latitudes pass? This you have to answer looking at the map. You will be able to answer which strait separates the continents of Africa and Europe. See the map and write. Which region separates Asia and Africa? See the map and write. Which seas and oceans surround the continent of Asia? This also we have to see. That means all these questions you will be able to answer once you look at the map of Africa thoroughly. These, map, if it is not visible properly in your textbook, you can also take help of the. Till the 18th century, the continent of Africa was unexplored. So it was also known as the dark continent. Unexplored means किसी को पता ही नहीं था इस तरह का कोई continent भी है. That is why it was known as it is also called dark continent. The missing link of the evolution of human from ape was discovered from the Nile Valley. Missing link. That means how does the that means from the ape. That means it is called that our ancestors were monkeys. From monkey we have evolved to this human figure which we have got today. तो वो मंकी से लेके आज तक का हमारा सफर ह्यूमंस का जो स्ट्रक्चर है बॉडी स्ट्रक्चर हमको कैसे मिला ये जो लिंक था दैट वाज मिसिंग एंड दैट केम टू बी सॉरी दैट वाज डिस्कवर्ड फ्रॉम द नाइल वैली द फॉसिल्स of that were discovered from the Nile Valley. Bartholomew Diaz discovered the sea route to the Cape of Good Hope in 1493. That is why perhaps it is called Cape of Good Hope. That means वहां पहुंचने के बाद इस ट्रैवलर को लगा कि अब मैं किसी लैंड एरिया में पहुंच गया हूं, क्योंकि इट्स अ वेरी वाइड ओशन बीनीथ अफ्रीका। तो अफ्रीका के आजू बाजू भी हम देखते हैं सदर्न पार्ट में, तो देर इज अ ओशन। ओके, so when this traveler, he discovered the Cape of Good Hope, which is at the southern tip of Africa. He discovered the sea route. This discovery helped Vasco da Gama in 1498 to discover the sea route to India. So we have studied in our social that Vasco da Gama, when he traveled from Portugal to reach India, first he had reached Cape of Good Hope, and in this way he was helped and he reached India. Look at the map and locate the Cape of Good Hope. The maximum part of African continent lies in the eastern hemisphere. It covers 20% of the total land mass on the earth. It has a coastline running 30,000 kilometers. That means coastline, you understand. Remember, we had learned the coastline of Gujarat. We had also learned the coastline of southern India. Isn't it? The southern India is a peninsula. It is surrounded on all three sides by water. All this we have learned. You remember the kilometers? If you don't, you have to search from the Google, and I want answers for these two as well. How long is the coastline of Gujarat and how long is the coastline of India? Coastline matlab sea coast wali line. Understood? Now here in these pictures we can say Mount Kilimanjaro, an extinct volcano is there. Extinct मतलब जो अब बुझ गया है, उसमें अभी उसमें से magma या lava नहीं निकलता. And in the other picture we can see Sahara Desert. It is the largest desert in the world. Also we studied about Nile River, which passes from Africa. It also is the longest river in the world. The major landform of Africa is plateaus and highlands. Plateaus we have studied, right, in our 7th standard. What are plateaus and highlands? The Atlas mountain ranges lies in the northwest of the continent. Mount Tukkal is the highest mountain of this range and its height is 4,165 meters. The highest mountain range of the mountains in East Africa is Mount Kilimanjaro, which is the highest volcanic mountain. Its height is 5,895 kilometers. So, Kilimanjaro is the highest mountain in Eastern Africa. And Tukkal is the highest mountain range of the Atlas Mountains. So, Kilimanjaro is a very high mountain. This mountain is near the equator, but still it has permanent snow-covered peak due to its altitude. The height of the mountain is so high that even though it is situated near the equator, which means it must be receiving extreme heat throughout the year, still the tip of the mountain is always covered with snow. Apart from these mountains, there are highlands and plateaus with an average altitude of 915 meters in the south of Africa. The Ethiopian highlands have an altitude between 1500 and 4550 meters. So we can say whole of the terrain of Africa is having some or the other heights. That means either there are highlands, either there are plateaus or mountains, etc. At the same time, the diversity is seen. There is Sahara Desert also. Naturally, we know that deserts are not very highlands. The Sahara Desert, the largest hot desert in the world, lies in the north of the continent, covering an area of 9 lakh 400 it's 94 lakhs square kilometers. This area is full of rocky highlands. The Great Rift Valley of East Africa was created due to the tectonic movement, and it runs north-south for approximately 6,000 kilometers. It is the longest rift valley in the world. Due to the accumulation of water lakes like Lake Victoria, Lake Malwai, also known as Lake Nyasa, and Lake Tanganyika have been formed. So Rift Valley, you understand the meaning of valley, right? तो वहां पे वैली बन गई है जिसमें बहुत सारा पानी भर जाता है and during the rains, and due to that accumulation of water वहां पे different lakes भी form हो गए हैं. Next topic is rivers and lakes. Most of the rivers of Africa originate from the central highlands and meet the sea, whereas few rivers dry before they reach the sea. You very well remember what those rivers are called. जो sea को नहीं मिलते हैं, they are called non-perennial rivers. They have got water in them only during the rainy season. But most of the rivers, they either originate from mountains or highlands. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay home and stay safe.